sure you stay. Webby, GA, and Matt are here today. Welcome to the Speedway Tavern. Come and have your say.
The England football team get to a semi-final and all of a sudden Speedway matches have to be cancelled. Now, don't get me wrong, I agree with that decision. It would be financial suicide to do anything else. And obviously I wish England the very best of luck. However, it does speak volumes as to where Speedway is in the sporting firmament. But maybe, just maybe, there is a glimmer of hope for better things to come. And I don't just mean the upcoming so-called Freedom Day, but the news that Oxford Stadium is about to live again, and more positive noises coming from Coventry. Maybe, just maybe, it's coming home.
Like it.
Hopefully not only in Speedway.
Exactly.
And you forgot your ka-ching.
Sorry?
There we
go.
So, yeah, we have a thing tonight. If anybody says that phrase, it's coming home, that's 10p in the box. Right, so good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
We have in the studio tonight, we've got Matt, we have Webby, and we have myself. What am I going to call myself this week?
Idiot.
Okay.
There we go.
Descriptive. Yeah.
He hasn't disputed it or no?
No.
Would there actually be any point? I don't think
none
so.
at all.
Yes, we would love all of you lovely people out there to join in with tonight's show. And how can they do that, Chris?
Okay, so if you're on Facebook, well done, you made it. You can also listen to us and see us on YouTube, unfortunately, and on Twitter. We are live on our Twitter page, which is the UK Speedway Tavern page. There you go.
Right, so we've already got Craig Smee's now got to put 10p into the.
But he said, "Is it?"
You said it though.
Well,
it counts. Who knows? Let's hope so. I think. I'm not sure. I don't know. I suppose a good place for us to start. I am thinking we should talk about to certain Mr. Nicky Pedersen.
Love him or hate him, you can't ignore him, can you? So I didn't know anything about this until yesterday, to be honest, because it happened over the weekend, didn't it? So,
yeah.
But obviously he's been a bit of a naughty boy, allegedly, of course, we've got to say at this stage. Found guilty of unsportsmanlike conduct and threatening behaviour, as well as forcing access to the referee's box without permission. 6-month ban seems a little bit extreme, but I just wonder whether somebody's been totting up his misdemeanours over the years and thought, right, let's have him.
I think Greg Hancock's had something to do with it.
Greg Hancock, Matty Zagar, there's Scott Nichols.
Woffington, yeah. I mean, like you say, I think it does feel harsh. I mean, basically, 6 months, that's essentially a season.
It is the season, yeah.
And I'm not entirely sure, does that mean he can't ride in any meetings? I mean, is he allowed to ride in Poland?
Well, I'm not. Who's actually hitting him with the ban? Is it the FIM or is it the?
I think it was the Danish authorities or whatever they're called. Yeah, I mean,
he's got 28 days, of course, to.
Well, he is appealing, of course. He's appealing the decision. I'm not saying he's appealing.
Yeah, it's Denmark's motor union who've hit him with a 6-month suspension, which means he's out till January. I would imagine that Nicky's already been in touch with his lawyers
Oh,
Because
yes,
because
he already has.
Well, at
yeah,
the end of the
he
day,
has.
it's stopping him from earning a living. So
Absolutely. It does feel possibly a suspended sentence sort of thing would have been fairer. So, but
yeah,
but we don't honestly know what happened.
We obviously don't
So-
know the full story of what happened. We'll have to obviously take it and see. But hopefully, I mean, as I said, like I said, I mean, love him or hate him, he's still absolute box office, isn't he, Nicky?
Yeah, I think he took offence to being excluded from 2 heats, one after the other.
Yeah.
And made his way up, by all accounts, found his way to the referee's box and was a little bit, shall we say, impolite.
Probably got the full repertoire in. So
Yeah,
what's going on and all that.
just shows you what British Speedway is missing this year. And Andrew Gardner, I have lost the power to speak here. Evening, fellas, back from a waterlogged Central Park. Yeah, we was
Yeah, it's off. Kent against
Eastbourne. Yeah, that's off. I'm beginning to think they probably didn't need to cancel our match against Redcar tomorrow. I think it's going to be off anyway.
Forecast is not very good, is it, for tomorrow? So
Craig Smarsh, is it harsh for a worldwide ban? Does it? Yes, I guess. Is it a worldwide ban?
well, that's the thing. I mean, I'm not totally sure from the statement whether it is or not, to be honest, or whether it's just in Denmark. I suppose at the end of the day, the DMU hold his racing licence, so I guess in that sense it probably is a worldwide ban, isn't it? So, I mean, it's bad news for his Polish club because, of course, his Polish club really had a poor start of the season, and of course they're in danger of relegation. And
It is a worldwide ban. And you saying that's just reminded me
Yeah.
that there was something said about that, and that it was going to hit them hard. So
Yeah.
yeah, that is harsh.
It does seem extreme, doesn't it? I suppose obviously we'll wait and see what happens in the next month or so. It wouldn't be a massive surprise if it's sort of reviewed and lifted, maybe just to.
Maybe you think it's a bit of a smack on the wrist sort of thing.
Well, maybe not a smack on the wrist. I mean, probably possibly a heavy fine or something like that. And that seems to be the. I mean, have we ever known it before in British Speed? A rider's gone up to the referee's box and.
Yes,
Yeah.
several times. Yes, and usually goaded on by whichever crowd is supporting that particular rider at the time. Go on. I've seen a few of those before. Mr. Brian Buck, I don't know whether you know this person. He says, agree that the occasional bit of aggro doesn't do any harm. But threatening officials is a different matter and has to be dealt with severely.
Well, as I say, I mean, as I say, we don't know the full story of what went on. I mean, if Nicky's behaviour was out of order, then you can possibly understand why the referees and the officials have felt the need to clamp down hard on him. To be honest,
we shall see. I mean, watch this space. We'll Craig Smith says, surely got to be previous if they have dished out such a punishment. I'm doing your job for you here. Do you know?
You've forgotten about him.
Yeah.
That's all right.
I forgot he was here actually. So.
Who
I
is
don't do much anyway.
It's just a tramp we picked up off the street, I think. Would you care to read what Simon Corbett has said? This seems like new news.
Hans Anderson signs for Leicester.
Oh no, yes, I had seen that earlier. That's a bit of a left field one, that is, isn't it? So,
And
Peter.
that's why I wanted you to read it.
Oh yeah, leaves Kingsley.
Is it Peter Schreck?
yes, Peter Schraug, team manager.
Schraug.
That leaves Kings Lynn.
Okay.
Look, that's the second team manager that's left this
Kings
year.
Lane are in all sorts of trouble, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, I was
really?
watching the thing on Eurosport, and by the way, who I think do a great job. All the way through the match, you can see that Ipswich were going to turn the screw at some point. It just felt like that, and all the time through the way through the match, I was thinking, I feel so sorry for Kings Lynn.
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, I was looking at Kings Lynn, and you're struggling to see where they're going to pick up any points at all, to be honest. You know, I don't think it would do the sport any favours if you've got a team that goes through the whole season and doesn't pick up a point. To be honest,
I'm going to do Kings Lynn any favours, is it?
Absolutely. Millwall did it a few years ago, didn't they? They went through a whole season, lost every single match, didn't they? So
I believe so.
Kings Lynn seem to have issues, big issues, says Craig.
They're selling him on the corner. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't joke about it. I'm sorry.
what was the crowd like? Did you?
It didn't look great, to be honest, from what I could see. But I mean, they didn't really show you the crowd, which is sort of a telling sign in itself, isn't it?
Yeah,
and
that's it.
of course, Kings Lynn, the crowd does seem to be
Stretch out, doesn't it? It's, you know.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, it seemed quite sparse. A lot of spaces. I don't know what their situation is as far as allowing people in there. I mean, that's something we should talk about. Does it feel really unfair when you look at football and you see that
And tennis.
And tennis, yeah. I was coming to that. They had a 1/3 capacity, then they said you can go to half, and come the final, it's going to be full capacity.
Just seems very,
Which
very.
is 90,000 people, and what we're letting into our stadium 750. It's not proportional.
I mean, thankfully, obviously, the restrictions at Wolves have been lifted to a point, and there was a lot more people in Monmouth last night, which was, I'm sure, was a big relief to CVS with the problems in the meetings leading up to the season being suspended. It's as I say, hopefully now we've got a definite date for the restrictions being lifted, then we can start getting some more people into these stadiums, because I think the clubs desperately need it.
I think everything. I mean, clubs need it. The venues for concerts and pubs and hotels. I mean, it's everything needs it really. Oh, we have the Knockout Cup versus Red Car will now be on that Wednesday, the 21st of July. This is off Lawrence Rogers. All tickets for the 7th switched to the 21st, and new tickets issued. Okay.
And I was thinking about this the other day, actually. I suppose if you're pre-selling tickets online, I guess going into the meeting, you've got a fair idea as to what sort of crowd you're going to get, aren't you? So you can project better than people turning up on the night and paying. I suspect it wouldn't surprise me if that option stays for a lot of these clubs, actually, the option of buying your tickets online.
I think it's a great idea.
I think so, yeah. It's hassle-free as well.
It's got to be the way forward, doesn't it?
But also, you do need to be able to let people come in and, because some people might not make their mind up until the night.
Well, I suppose there's the argument, if you've already pre-booked your ticket, then you're going to go even if the weather's a bit dodgy, if you've already spent your money, haven't you? So.
Yeah. Simon Corbett wants to know, how long is Eric Riss out for? Don't know.
I've not seen anything. I know he's injured, but I've not seen anything on timescales or.
Maybe Lawrence Rogers might have more news on that. And Craig Smee's very talkative tonight. Would you want to?
Okay. It's moved now. Okay. Dale, it's on Eurosport. It's a result business, so no surprise. Managers left. It had happened in other sports. He said he can't keep changing the team, but I think they need to, with the exception to Lawson and probably Jorgensen. The rest of the team simply aren't good enough.
Well, the thing is, they were very quick to remove Craig Cook, weren't they? Now
that sort of came back and bit them. Last night a little bit.
Well, the thing is, if you're going to replace Craig Cook, you're thinking, well, they've got somebody quite good somebody lined up that's going to be able to come in and do a better job. I'm not so sure whether Richard Lawson is a substantial upgrade on Craig Cook, to be honest. No disrespect to Richard Lawson, who I think's a good rider. But
he did beat Craig Cook a couple of times last night, but Craig Cook also beat him.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not so sure Kingsley were in the position to be replacing Craig Cook, to be honest.
Lawrence reckons that Eric will be back next week. He says he's due to see his doctor tomorrow, and fingers crossed gets good news and will be back next week.
Fingers crossed. And Dale Allett said Riss was due back next week as well from Craig Smee. So excellent stuff.
Yeah, it'll be a good meeting, that one, next week, I think, against Scunthorpe, because they've had a very, very good start to the season, haven't they? So
Yeah, I mean, I was really looking forward to the red car match, to be honest. So
Yeah.
I'm obviously still looking forward to it. I've just got this idea that we're going to win by 2 points.
You wonder in some ways whether going out the knocker might be the better option, because getting the fixtures in is going to be a bit of a squeeze now, I think, isn't it? And obviously another date's gone from tomorrow, so.
No.
I'm just looking at it objectively, so.
I'm slightly unusual as a Speedway fan.
Oh, you're definitely unusual.
Yeah. Thank
So you
God.
walked straight into that one, didn't you?
people, like,
Knockout Cup's my favourite competition. I love the Knockout Cup.
I'm not so keen on it myself.
I know most people aren't.
Yeah.
Most people aren't. I just love I love the finality of it, and
Yeah.
and obviously I've got really, as I've mentioned too many times, I'm not going to go there again. I've got really good memories of the Knockout Cup.
I think my club's woeful record of the competition is probably why I don't like it, to be honest.
Well, there is that.
You already have pre-booked tickets. It's called a season ticket. Bring back the days when you pay at turnstiles.
Not every supporter's got a season ticket, though, have they?
No.
A lot of people don't have them. I've never had a season ticket at Wolves. I always pay on the gate, or
It's got to be
pay
cost
online
as
now.
well. It's got to be cost
Yeah.
involved. Isn't it? A lot of people can't pay up front, I suppose.
I think gone are the days when season tickets had a substantial saving on you coming in, which would be why you would buy the season ticket. I think
Well, you
that's
look
all been pinched.
Yeah, especially in the top league. I mean, you look at the season tickets now, for the number of meetings you get, is it really represent a good value for money as opposed to just,
Yeah, and that's not in any way criticising the promoters. It is what it is. They have to get the money in. But that's,
I mean, I know we're in fairly unusual times, and obviously this season's very unusual, but
Can we talk about the GP, or are we saving that for next week's show? There won't be a next week's show.
There won't be a next week's show because you're going on holiday again.
Sorry. Yeah. I haven't had one for weeks.
Apparently they're letting him into Wales, but he can't come out without
Yeah.
a passport. Are they?
Actually, it's my first holiday since the last holiday. Which is in Wales.
There is nothing I can pick in that's not accurate. But there you go. But yeah, I mean, we will. Why don't we talk about the GPs? Craig says Magic and Doyle seem to be my early picks for the GP this season, based on Polish form.
Doyle's on a good season so far.
Who? Yeah,
Jason Doyle, yeah. Of course, it starts 16th of July, first Grand Prix. In Prague, 16th and 17th. So, looking forward to that. It's going to be, again, it was obviously a very short season last season, but I thought it worked quite well having a GP on the Friday and then again
I quite liked
on the
it,
Saturday, because
I
it sort of
did.
makes a whole weekend of it, if you like, doesn't it? So
I quite like that. But
let's have a look at the odds for the season show. See if I can put it here.
good God, he's looking at his computer again.
What are you doing now? I'll cough my guts up. Lawrence says fixtures being worked on and will be all fitted in.
Just have to hope we don't get too many rain.
And welcome back to Dylan Spuddy Hodgetts.
Hello, Mister.
It's his first tune-in of the season. Big news with Hans signing in Championship with Leicester. Good result for Wolves last night, although shocking how the ref let... I've lost that now.
Let Batch get away with 2 jump
Yeah,
starts.
there was a few rolls there, but he rode well, to be fair, Batchelor. He sort of got Sheffield back into the meeting, because at one stage it was looking like it was going to be a pretty big win, but I think we let him off the hook a little bit, to be honest.
Nowhere near as bad as the ref at Lynn, though. Well, that was interesting. Did you?
No, I haven't seen it, unfortunately, no, so
That was.
you're going to tell me about it, though.
Yeah. So first heat, you get 2 people touch the tapes, and nobody excluded. One touched the tapes which was, I think, Scotty Nichols touched the tapes just slightly before the other one, who went through the tapes and completely dismantled them, and all 4 back.
You wonder whether some of these referees actually watch what's going on, don't they? So
And then the rerun, and I can't remember the name. I think it was Anders Rowe. Came off.
yeah,
Totally by himself, most obviously by himself on the first bend. There was nobody anywhere near him. He just and he even said so himself. He sort of caught the inside, and the bike just washed away. or fullback. So yeah, I mean that was shocking, really. But that's just my opinion, of course.
And he's just, as I say, I mean, the standard of the referee, I think, is, can be a bit hit and miss, can't it, unfortunately?
Who referees? Do they have like a committee of referees that?
I honestly don't know.
I don't know, to be honest.
There must be some sort of organisation for referees. Like there is in football, where if the referee has a bad game, he's accounted for, type of thing. You know what I mean?
You're just getting nonplussed looks from us.
I know, yeah.
Because we don't know.
Looking at, Let's have a look
hopefully
at the odds for the GPs, by the way. So, Bart Smolslick is the favourite, 13-8 to win three championships in the row. The first one would be the first one to do that since Major, of course. Leon Madsen,
first one to do it
in the GP area. Leon Madsen 6-1, Tyler Woofenden 13-2, Emil Seifert 8-1, Magic Janoski 10-1. That might be decent bet, I think, because he's had a good start of the season. Freddie Lindgren 12-1, Artem Ligurta 12-1, Jason Doyle 14-1, Robert Lambert 16-1, Martin Vashalik 20-1, Anders Thompson 33-1, Max Frick 50-1, Matty Zagar 66-1, Christoph Kasperzak 250-1, and Oliver Bernson 250-1 as well. So
I'm going to put a pound on Christoph Kasperzak.
Smolslick probably, I suppose, on the basis that he's been phenomenal for the last two seasons. Perhaps justifiably the favourite. Leon Madsen, of course, ran him so close in 2 years ago, didn't he? So,
but I mean, you got to look at also at the SEC, and I mean, Robert Lambert hasn't had a great time in that.
You wonder whether he's missing riding in this country. Not through his choice, of course, because of the Polish regulations.
But plenty of other people. Well, there's nobody from the GPs, are they, riding in this country? Doyle would have been if he could.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's. Should we have a chat about Oxford?
Yes,
as of course we have seen
pictures of
and footage from Cowley. Considering it's not been used for 10 years, it doesn't actually look
really been.
Whereas 2012 was when it was closed for dogs. Obviously, 2007 was when it last stayed Speedway. Considering the length of time, it actually doesn't look. I mean, obviously it's very overgrown, but the infrastructure doesn't look too bad, to be honest. On the photos and the videos I've seen, it probably looks in a better state than Coventry. But then again, Oxford hasn't had all the fires and all the break-ins and things like that, has it? I don't think so.
You should have seen Perry Barr a couple of months back, just after a year.
I mean, obviously, should point out that he's only for greyhounds at the moment. Although I believe there's people that have expressed an interest in promoting Speedway there,
and they've said themselves that they want. They're interested in getting Speedway.
They need to try and get as much usage out of the place as they can, because I think it's only a 10-year lease, isn't it, on it? So there's still that little bit of long-term doubt over the
only in Speedway
over the place. But it'd be great if we can get Speedway back into Oxford, another big city, and then quite close to the centre of Oxford as well. I think it's not too far away. So, and Oxford. I mean, when I was growing up, Oxford were the dominant team, weren't they? Obviously with Hans Nielsen and Andy Graham and Simon Wigg, God rest his soul. So it'd be fantastic, and if we can get Coventry and Oxford back at in the next few years, it'd be
the Midlands and around the Midlands again. That hotbed would be great. We can have some proper derby matches and fingers crossed that would be.
I wonder if anybody that's been listening was one of the volunteers that was at Oxford over the weekend helping to tidy the place up.
I'd love to know.
I'd love to know, yeah.
Love to know. Craig Smee's got some information about season tickets. He's not agreeing with me, I can tell you that. Then who does?
Season tickets, I think, are good value for money at Bellevue. You get a free programme each meeting, a pit tour and centre green experience for one meeting, and £2 to £3 discount on gate ticket per week. If you totally up, it all pays for your playoff ticket should the team make it.
I hadn't thought of it in those terms, but yeah.
It's quite inclusive, isn't it, that deal, to be honest, there, because you get to access parts of the stadium that you wouldn't normally get to. So
I think I'm Lawrence, tell me if I'm wrong here, but I think we have in the past given season ticket holders a go on the centre green.
Yeah.
But I'm
Who have?
either that or some just people
Maybe
just
them.
wandered onto the centre green. I don't.
Who's done that?
Birmingham, sorry. Oh,
Waiting all this time, you haven't mentioned it.
it's coming home.
He didn't do it that time either, did he? So,
No, because he's forgot where it is. That's
we're
why.
trying to do two things at once. That's the problem.
He's never been able to do one thing at once. So, yeah.
Okay. Can we only do one meeting per week at home? I believe pool away could go on an alternative night. says
Yes, we can only
Elliot.
do one meeting per week,
Yeah.
and that's in the.
Can't do double-headers either, can you?
No, can't. We're not allowed to go beyond a certain time. We're not allowed to have more than a certain amount of heats.
Unless you can go through the first meeting at breakneck speed, I suppose. Mind it was. I tell you what. I mean, the meeting at Mum last night finished at about 8:45.
Yeah,
really,
they commented on it.
but then again, as the last day, as they were going out for the last day, the heavens did open. To be fair, so I think they obviously knew what the forecast was like. But it shows that you can get through a meeting, very, very swiftly and quickly if you put your mind to it. I thought Frank Ebden was refereeing last night, to be honest. But
we've said this before.
yeah,
We've said this before, but.
I went to Wolves' first meeting. Everyone segregated. You had to stay on the terrace. Couldn't go to the bar. Basically, you couldn't move. Then at the end, everyone headed out toe to toe at the same exit. Joke, really. Not going anymore till back to normal.
Well, I've not got long to wait now.
not got long to wait now.
Yeah.
And I must admit, I'll be glad to be able to go to Speedway and not wearing a mask. 'Cause that's.
Yeah, I think a lot of people still wear them.
I think so. I think some people will, to be honest. But
Yeah.
So,
I'm pretty sure.
would you like to read Spuddy's?
Yeah, okay.
Because I don't know the answer to this one.
A bit confused why Ipswich are using a guest for Crump, given Crump has said himself he just needs to ride himself back into fitness and is available for Plymouth. Sam Masters guesting for them at 1 on Thursday. Wonder if he'd have another F1 pit stop before heat 15.
You obviously understood what.
oh yeah, that was incredible. That was, wasn't it? To be honest, from
I don't know because I don't know what.
that was at Ipswich last week when they had to make some changes to his bike, and it was sort of done within about 30 seconds to be honest, to get it back out, and secure the points for Wolves. But Sam Masters probably strengthens Ipswich. Well, he does strengthen Ipswich, to be honest. I mean,
He's not had a bad start to the season.
yeah, he's had a very. He didn't ride quite so well last night, I don't think, although he was top scorer. The biggest disappointment for me last night, from Sheffield's perspective, would have been Jack Holder. Didn't win a race, and they went into that last stage still with the chance of getting a point out of the meeting, and he's their top rider, so really he should have been in it for me. But for whatever reason, maybe he didn't fancy it. I don't know, but. Yeah, that was disappointing because Sheffield they fought back well, to be honest, and I think in the end they deserved the point that they got. But I think probably if there'd have been another couple of races, they might have fancied nicking the meeting, to be honest, because they really did have some momentum on their side towards the end. And I don't think they've had as good a start to the season as I was expecting them to have had, but they certainly once they got going last night, they were very impressive.
Yeah, I mean, it did take him a while to. I mean, it looked like it was going to be a route at one point.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's Craig Smee has an interesting take on when I mentioned about the two riders touching the tapes.
Mm-hmm.
Read that.
We all want to see 4 riders in a race, but surely the ref was making up his own rules last night.
Surely not.
I think both riders touched tapes at the same time, so both should have been thrown out.
Okay, did they both touch tapes at the same time? It looked to me as if, I mean, there wasn't a lot in it, to be fair. It did look to me as if Scotty Nichols just moved the tape just a fraction before the other guy whose name I forgot went through the tapes. But if they did touch the tapes at the same time, now I'm going to ask a question because I don't know the answer to this. Can you exclude 2 riders for the same tape exclusion offence at the same time?
I don't know whether you can, to be honest. I would have thought you would. Common sense would dictate, but then again, it's Speedway, isn't it? So.
if you can't, then that might be why he called all four back.
Yeah, but if you can't decipher from the two, how do you decide it? Do you toss a coin or? You know?
Well, so that might be why he put all four back. It might have been, well, I don't know who to exclude how.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I understand that they want that that there's a desire for everyone to see four riders in the race. Everybody understands that, but you know, if there's you do need to be quite stringent with the rules. I think, you know, as I say, rules are there for a reason. So if you're going to waiver them, then there's not much point having the rules in the first place, is there? So, yeah, Hans Andersen signing for Ipswich. That's Leicester. That's
a big signing, isn't it?
It is a big signing. Yeah, he's had a good start of the season for.
Who's he replacing?
Who is he replacing?
Answers on a postcard.
Yeah.
You can see that we
do.
We always do our
yeah.
research. You know what I mean?
Cutting edge, this is, isn't it? While he looks on his phone and checks.
We did at least 3 minutes before the show.
Andrew Nelson says, shame to see the old Bellevue Stadium is in the process of being demolished. Wasn't a great speedway track though, was it?
When it first opened, it was, to be honest. There's some good meetings there, but I think over the years,
I never saw it when it first opened. I only saw it from 2007 onwards, and it.
Did you ever go there? I don't know whether you did.
I went there a couple of times. Yeah.
No, it was always a bit of a false illusion when you go into the stadium, because it looked quite impressive from the outside, didn't it? But I think over the years, it sort of, you know, as teams, as sort of, you know, just deteriorated.
It was a tidy enough stadium.
Yeah, it was quite smart on the back straight as well. When they used to have a stand there many years ago, but that went. Viewing there, I don't think was particularly great, because it was a little bit like Perry Bar, wasn't it? The terraces were a bit flat, to be honest. And I think obviously as that once they became aware that they were going to be moving to next door, then I suppose didn't really make much sense to put a lot of money into improving the facilities, did they? So, but obviously, you know, and of course, people forget as well it was Bellevue's original home. They were there before they moved to Hyde Road, so...
Okay, so I didn't forget that. I just didn't know it.
That's not like you.
So I've learned something new tonight again.
Yeah, Ty Proctor, by the way, is the one who's made the decision to step away from Speedway for the time being, of course. And he's been, obviously, Hans Andersen's coming in to replace him.
I think that strengthens them, don't you?
Yeah, it does, to be honest. I say he's had a good start to the season, Hans Andersen. Obviously, we wish Ty Proctor the best. He's obviously not had the best of starts to the season himself, and, you know, obviously struggling with one or two issues maybe behind the scenes, so we wish him well.
Lawrence Rogers says,
we did Centre Green Experience tickets and we'll do so again. Brian says, interesting feature on Central TV tonight regarding Bordesley Green. Apparently Birmingham City Council now want the land for housing, so the future of the Wheels Park is in doubt yet again.
well, that would be a shame. Yeah, that would be a shame. That there was such high hopes for that place when it was first muted, and it's just suffered from a lack of.
I think the problem really with the Speedway was the cars, wasn't it? Once the cars got on the track, then it became.
There became problems. I mean, there was this massive hole always on the first bend that our riders knew where it was,
but the opposition
didn't. And we just stand watch their riders come out the gate, and we just stand back and watch them go on this bump, and our riders just zip up the. It was funny, but
it was in a great position though, wasn't it? The wheels. I mean,
right next to.
And the track, by the look, I mean, obviously, I only went there once, but I was very, very young. So, but from what I've seen, it was a good racing track.
It would have been a good racing track if it hadn't.
Yeah, it just wasn't in the particularly nice part of the city, was it, though? So, unfortunately, it was in quite a...
Are you implying because it's next to Birmingham City Football Club?
Not at all. Not at all.
I went onto the Centre Green at Brum in 2019. Great experience, would like to do it again, says Elliot Hunt.
Buy a season ticket then. Next.
Not everybody's as rich as you, though, Michael.
I'm speechless.
Talking about guests strengthening teams, Tom Brennan definitely strengthened Sheffield.
Yes,
top quality rider. Looking forward to Liam progressing through the season. I think the future for Wolves is brighter with Becker, Nicol and Flint involved and can build around that.
Yeah, I mean, Leon Flint wasn't as good yesterday.
Yeah,
as
he had a good
was the
race
week
win,
before.
but he was.
No, he's a talent.
He's a very good rider. Yeah,
He's a talent.
Obviously, Monmouth's probably not the sort of track that he's ridden regularly, for us in terms of being a home rider, of course, because it's obviously different to the other tracks he's ridden, like Berwick and Birmingham. But
be a good experience.
I think once he's dialed into Monmouth, I think he'll be. He'll do very well with Rules. So I've been delighted with the way that Leon started as well. As I say, I mean we obviously both know Leon from when he was at Birmingham. He's a smashing lad as well.
Great guy. Yeah. And Dave Twine says we need VAR. I presume for the tapes thing. But we sort of did have VAR, really. I mean, the cameras were there. I presume the ref had a chance to look at it if he wanted to.
It's been good in the Euros, actually, VAR, apart from when they got an English referee looking at it.
Yes, I noticed that. Right, you mentioned football. That needs a ka-ching. He's lost his ka-ching.
Hang on. I'll be within a bit to talk about that. There we go.
No, didn't get that. No, don't listen. Thank you.
Thank you, that's better. All right, so easy go over the top.
Calm down. Dear me.
He's found a new toy to play with now, isn't he? So.
I'm sorry, that's my fault.
Yeah. Interesting, Eastbourne against Leicester. That's been postponed already, isn't it? Because that was supposed to be on Sunday. So I wonder whether they may be preempting something else being a bit bigger that night.
Well, I mean, because England are going to be playing that day, aren't they? Anyway, or even if they lose, they get. Or do they don't do the second?
No, there's no third place playoff.
They've done that. They've done away with that. I forgot about that. Apparently, Hans replaces Proctor and Bates. How does that work? That's
statement. I think only mentions Ty Proctor, to be honest.
How do you replace two riders with one? Answers on a postcard.
Yeah. Only a Speedway. So.
Lawrence Rogers is saying he replaces Proctor and Bates. I'm not sure. Well, okay. Hans and another signing replace Proctor and Bates. That works. Rumours are the second signing will be Zane Kennedy, subject to visa. Another good signing, you would think. Are they trying to win this thing? Is that what's going on? How dare they?
Damn them.
They're going to have to strengthen the bit, aren't they? Because I think at the moment you can't really look beyond Glasgow for the championship. So
Barry Young brings up evening, Barry. I think this might be the first time I've seen that name. So good evening and welcome to the Speedway Tavern. Steve Worrell left the track. Isn't that an exclusion?
Yeah, should be.
But don't riders leave the track out when the tape's been broken anyway? And I don't know.
Question. Yet another question for our audience.
Yeah.
We know nothing.
Another question for the BSPL, I think so.
The track at Wheels was not good. Remember what happened to Joe Owen?
Enlighten me. Is that something else we don't know?
He was very poorly after he rode.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
The track at Wheels had the potential to be a great track, but after I think the second season, the stock cars just ripped it up, and so it really, I mean, I spoke about the first bend, and we all knew there was a bump there, and it was quite funny, but it really wasn't funny.
Yeah,
because it was dangerous.
I think one of the other problems of Borsey was the facilities there were a bit primitive, weren't they, at the time?
And I'm being told off by Lawrence Rogers now.
Again?
Yeah. The Centre Green experience was open to anyone. Maximum numbers allowed each week. So I said, get season ticket.
Regarding Joe Owen, Joe Owen's accident wasn't the fault of the track. His front wheel locked into the rear wheel of Reg Wilson's bike, and his injury was caused from landing on his back. There were problems with the track due to its excessive use by the cars, as we've just been saying. Yeah,
because it was open to. It wasn't just for stock car matches. People they were allowing young people with
scramblers and things like that.
No,
Not scramblers,
that was teaching them how to do stock carring, I guess. But it was people that had been convicted of sort of road crime and all of that sort of stuff. So it was, it was an outlet for them.
Yeah.
So but it didn't do the track much good. Yeah.
Oh, can imagine. Right, the big news of the week is that I'm no longer on the bottom of the our tavern league, am I?
As the somebody new joined. Is that what's happening?
I've got one of them somewhere, actually.
No, don't. Just don't.
You're getting a bit overconfident now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll have to move on to that soon, won't we, as well? It is nearly...
Yes, well, let's do that now. Just this one comment by Rob J. Brownhill, another name I haven't seen before.
Yeah, you can ref once, excluded both...
You can, full stop.
You can ref once, excluded both
Knudsen
and Gunderson once at Coventry.
Yes, I was talking about the touching the tapes. So, okay, that's that cleared up. So the referee needed to go to Specsavers. That's never been said before, has it?
Not on this show, I don't think so.
Right,
well, we're going to put the.
I'm going to download it because I'm way behind. Sorry. Oh.
We noticed.
No.
You have a big way behind.
How many meetings are there that we need to decide on?
I will have a look.
Okay.
Or you can have a look.
I will have a look. Yeah. One of us ought to have a look, I think. So I don't think it'll come to our heads. So.
Right. Oh, I'm pleased with that. I've moved into fourth place. How did that happen?
Playoff contender now, isn't it?
Right. Don't look at this table. That's the wrong table. You're going to get another one in a bit. Hang on. So
you're going to get the proper one, the one where I'm winning. Is that?
I've got to find it first.
Oh God! I like that one that you put up a minute ago when I was in fourth place. Can't we just use that one?
I think that is the one.
That
actually.
is the one. Okay.
Yeah.
I like it even more now.
I think
We prepare this so well.
Don't we?
Yeah, there we go. And that's the new one.
Okay, so in first place is Simon Corbett, followed by John Bird. Matt Buck is on the podium.
I know, yeah.
At the moment, being closely followed now by moi. Dave
Twine,
thank you. Craig Smee in sixth. Chris Brown in seventh. That's not a bad little jump.
I'm happy with that.
Elliot Hunt at 8, Brian Book at 9, and Lawrence Fielding at 10.
Yeah.
We've got 10 people now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's not bad, is it? I'm quite happy with that, seventh.
Sorry, where did you finish last season?
It wasn't too bad, I don't think. I don't think it was too bad.
Was it bottom by any chance?
No. You would think you were near the bottom, weren't you? Because you started off well and you faded, didn't you?
Yeah.
Sort of.
I was well above you, so if I can finish above you. I'm only, only a few points behind you.
Well, how many matches have we got to...
Okay, so the first one in the Premiership is Ipswich against Bellevue.
well, you have to go first, traditionally.
I'll say Bellevue by 6 on that one.
I'll go 53-37 Bellevue.
It's very specific, isn't it, that?
Yes.
Professional. Before I give my Spuddy says, how do I get involved in that prediction thing? Just comment again on here, similar to other seasons.
Yeah.
We should tell people how to do that.
Yeah. Just give us your prediction, and Matt will spend 9 hours.
It just feels like 9 hours, to be honest.
Jotting all the predictions around, and he will put the tables up next week. So just have a go. Have a go. Come and have a go.
I'm going to say Bellevue by 2. Just to be different. And it worked for me last week, obviously.
All right, okay. So the next one?
Yep.
Next one in the Championship, Edinburgh against Berwick.
That could be interesting. Didn't they do some 45 draws or something earlier on in the season? Go on then, Chris.
Okay, I'll go 49-41
To Edinburgh.
to Edinburgh.
4 points to Edinburgh.
I'll go 12 points to Edinburgh. 51-39.
Simon's gone 10 points.
To Edinburgh.
Edinburgh.
Yeah. Next one
Yep.
is Glasgow against Newcastle.
By the way, can I just, before wow. Glasgow by
It's like an idiot.
Glasgow by 20.
Is that possible?
Yeah, anything's
Yeah.
possible.
Okay.
Me next.
Go on then.
Glasgow, I think Glasgow should win that fairly comfortably. I will say Glasgow by 16.
I better go Glasgow. Glasgow by 10 then.
Okay, next one is Redcar against Birmingham.
No, that's not.
No, it is.
That was that.
No.
Oh, right, away from. Okay.
Yeah, 9th of the 7th.
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to know what Lawrence's predictions are.
he's disappeared now.
Because he's not joining in this. He needs to join in with this. Your go.
I'll go Redcar by 8.
I've never liked you.
I know. That's why I said it, sir.
I'll go 49-41 Redcar.
Okay. I'm going to say Redcar by 6.
I'm trying to concentrate this week, by the way.
It's never worked for you before.
No. Lawrence has gone Birmingham by 4.
Of course he has.
He had to say that, didn't he? Otherwise, he might have been getting a phone call from.
He's now on the.
Yeah.
You're now on the thing now, Lawrence.
He might have had a phone call from one of the Martians if he'd gone. Okay, the next one is Scunthorpe against Kent.
Scunthorpe versus Kent. And that's over to you.
I'll go Kent 48-42.
Okay, I'll go Scunthorpe by 8.
I'll go Scunthorpe by 10. I've had a good start, haven't
They've
they?
had a good start, yeah.
It makes it look as though I don't know what I'm talking about.
I do like Elliot Hunt's prediction. Redcar 43, Birmingham 47. I like that.
Well done.
Of course, yeah, Anders Rowe might be missing for Redcar.
Yeah, should wish him well, shouldn't we? So, he's had another one who's had a very good start too.
Keeps popping out and
Yeah.
dislocation. Okay, next one.
Next one is Berwick against Edinburgh. Return match.
It's me again. Why am I finding this difficult? I'm going to say Berwick by 2.
By 2. I'll go.
No, it's Matt's go.
I'll go Berwick by 4.
I'll go Berwick by 10.
Wow, bold move. Bold move.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Here dares wins, Rodney.
We've got some Scunthorpe 50, Kent 40s. Berwick by 8. Anders is out for 3 weeks, apparently. So
Yeah, get well soon, Anders.
Yeah. We've had him on the show, of course. And
Yeah. At least you haven't been sacked, so.
Badoosh. They would say you wasn't there with it.
No, you would.
No.
No.
It's not too slow.
Okay, next one is Leicester against Scunthorpe. The interesting one.
Leicester versus Scunthorpe. Interestingly, Elliot has got Berwick 48, Leicester 42, but we haven't even done that one yet.
Let's do Berwick versus Leicester.
Leicester versus Scunthorpe with their new lineup. 16 points. Is it? No, it's sure go. I've given away my thing there, but
I'll go Leicester by 8 on that one.
I'll go Leicester by 10.
I'm going to go Leicester by 16.
Ooh.
I know. It's that track though, isn't it? Next one.
Next one, this will be a good one. Bellevue against Wolves, which I think is the two. I've got a feeling that might be the TV meeting next week,
It
actually.
ought to be, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I'll go Wolves by 10.
It's going to be a bit of a match, that one.
Have you
isn't it?
seen us at Bellevue before?
Give it 10.
We've never won the near Bellevue track. We don't have a particular
It's
record
always
there,
the
to be
first
honest.
time, Matt.
It's a very different sort of track, isn't it?
Very slight, just a bit, yeah.
I'm going to say Bellevue by 6.
I'm going to say that as well.
I
You certainly want to be coming away from Bellevue with a point at least. As as a playoff contender. So
there's a lot of Bellevues by 4 coming out as well. So,
Yep.
and the next one.
next one, this will be an interesting one as well. Peterborough against Sheffield.
Oh, that will be interesting. You would have to say Peterborough have had a much better start to the season than Sheffield. But the way Sheffield performed at Wolverhampton towards the end.
I think a lot of that was Wolves taking the foot off the gas, to be honest. But
I'm going to say Peterborough by 4.
I'm going to say Peterborough by 10.
I'll go for a draw, 45 all.
I knew someone would get a draw in there somewhere along the line.
There's lots of close scores coming up.
Okay,
and
there's only
not
2
so
more.
close.
The next one, these will be Kent against Redcar is the first one.
That could be an interesting one.
Yeah.
That's up to you.
Kent by 2.
I'll go 47-43 Kent.
I'm going to give this one a draw.
And last but by no means least, Plymouth against Poole, South Coast Derby.
Is that normally a close run or?
Of course, a lot depends who Plymouth get gassed in for.
Yeah.
Which could be anybody. Literally. It's up to you.
I'll go 53-37 Poole.
It was Plymouth for home, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Poole by 10.
And Poole by 8. I think Poole should win there, to be honest. And that's it. So get your scores on the.
Yeah, there's quite a
On
few
the
more,
chat.
few more people have had a go this
Yep.
week. So
Yeah. So
gives
just
Matt a bit
get
more
your
work.
scores
Yeah.
in before the meetings.
Don't put them on after the meeting because
yeah.
they won't be counted. They won't be.
They won't be
counted.
counted, and
just have a quick look at the table thus far. This is how it stands. There's me, 7th. Next week it'll be round about, I predict 2nd or 3rd. There you go.
Was that the bottom? Is it?
Yeah, no, in the next league.
we shall see. We shall see. I'm on a roll at the moment. I've slowly been working my way up.
Well, they do say pride goes before a fall, don't they? So.
Before we think about going, has anybody got the results? What's happening there's a football match at the
It's
moment.
goalless at the moment at half time.
It'd be nice to know who England's going to meet in the final. I wish I hadn't said that. I wish I hadn't said that. Everybody,
Sea lions on the shore.
sea lions.
There's no meetings tonight, is there? No.
No, it's all been, and there'll be no. We ought to. I think we have mentioned it, but there's been no Speedway Tavern next week,
Next week,
unfortunately.
yeah.
I shall be sunning myself in Wales.
We might still find a way of doing the predictions. We'll have a think about that. That'd be good to keep that
Yeah,
going.
so we can keep it going on the
Yeah.
on the group page.
Yeah.
Should be fine. Yeah, I see. O'Brien's put all his scores in all in one go, and I'm sure I just saw Dave Twine did as well. So there we go.
He's done a few together, yeah.
Yeah.
Simon's the one to catch at the moment, isn't he? I think he's top of the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's
That's
clever.
only because you're adding it up wrong. I'm convinced. For those of you that are having a go at this for the first time, the scoring works this way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how it works. You've got to tell us.
Go on, Matt.
2 points if you get the score completely right. 1 point if you get the result right, but the score wrong, and you don't get anything if you get both wrong. It's as simple as that.
Okay, so we've got, before we go, get your jig on, lads. It's coming home from Spuddy. Lawrence Rogers, and this is an important message for any Brummy fans out there. Online tickets for the next 2 meetings on Try Booking, and there's a link on the Birmingham Speedway website. So hopefully soon we'll be able to do walk-ins. But
Yeah. In answer to Craig, it says, "Can you play 3 lines at the end of the show?" No, I can't. Because Facebook just closes it down.
Yeah.
Does it?
Oh, crocky, yeah.
Yeah, okay, sorry about that.
We've got a theme tune for the football show, as you know, and we actually, we have the actual transcript of that song in here, and the chap gave it to us.
Right.
Yeah, every time we play it on Facebook, they shut it down. We have to reapply, like, it's our song.
I thought it was because you didn't want to put money in Frank's Guinness pocket again. Or
It's the same with some Speedway clips as well. Some Speedway clips you get copyrighted off. There you go.
So Elliot says, could we just send the predictions via Facebook if you put a list
Yeah,
of
we can
meetings
do.
up on the
Yeah,
Tuesday?
yeah.
Seems easy enough to do,
yeah.
Oh, we can sing it. I don't even know if we can sing it.
You probably can't. You probably can't.
We're probably just about getting away with this. So, yeah.
Yeah, so that would have been a nice way to end the show, but really sorry, we want to be back in 2 weeks' time, basically. So
Exactly.
unfortunately, well, I guess we should wrap the show up.
We should, yeah.
Oh my God! See, as soon as it's time to go, he's there.
He's impatient,
As
isn't he?
soon
He wants
as
us-
it's
I think
time
he
to
wants
go.
us out, doesn't he?
Yeah. We're being asked to sing Vindaloo or get the cheddar cheese out now. Obviously, there's a reason it's raining at the moment.
Yes. And I've got to drive home after this.
Thank you, everybody, for taking part tonight. We will get the league table up next week and put the list of
Matches, yep.
matches. Thank you. And I'm not saying that.
Chris, have a good journey. Can you bring a stick of rock?
No. So,
From Wales.
yeah. Everybody take care. Have a brilliant week and bring on Freedom Day. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
And remember, it's coming home.
Good luck, England. Good night.
Good luck. Yeah.